Today is going to be my second day competing in a Zwift race. This is stage 2. I first started off by selecting the apparel and the bike that I was going to use for today. I then lined up and got ready for the race. I was a little bit nervous. This is my second one, and the first one I didn't place very well.
Many might trip over it. Others will shy away.
I felt like I started off very well, stayed with the pack good, but it did seem that my watts were much higher than I was used to holding. The speed seemed normal, but my watts seemed very high. Eventually the front pack started to pull away, and I found myself in the chase pack.
The stone that the builders refuse has now become the cornerstone. The stone the builders refuse.
I started to see the guys, even in the chase pack, were going to start pulling away from me. I just couldn't hold the power that I was hoping to stay with these guys. I did have a power up coming, and I was going to use it, hopefully at my most opportune time, to stay with this lead pack.
No triumphs without trouble. I don't live in this.
I spent about the next 10 minutes alone. It seemed we were coming into a section that was going to have quite a bit of hills, and I was going to keep my power hopefully in the 180 to 200 range going up these hills.
The stone the builders refuse.
I seemed to bounce all over the place, but I was starting to gain ground on a few people.
From the cornerstone, the stone the builders refuse.
Now this is the longest section of the course. It's an entire hill that eventually levels off into a flat area where you can get a little bit of speed picked up.
Crushing stone. The day of judgment will arrive. My faith in the rock, my cornerstone.
Through this figure 8 section, it gets to a pretty steep incline and slows you down quite a bit. My watts were still sticking around that 180 range, the most power I've pushed for a while.
The stone that the builders refuse has now become the cornerstone. The stone the builders refuse.
I was getting close to my next level up to level 31, so I was pushing pretty hard. I was trying to get there quickly.
The banquet is life eternally. Invitation is for you. Accept and walk through the door.
Got to the top of the hill and it finally leveled out. This is a part where I could hopefully gain some ground on the guys in front of me. Finally got my level up to level 31. I noticed in my map that there was another group that wasn't that far ahead of me, and there was one that was just behind me catching up. I decided to hop on the wheel of this B. Rice and see if he could pull me into the next group ahead of me, which he did. I was able to hold off on some watts and still keep a consistent speed, and even gain some speed. We now caught up to this group of 3 others, and we were all working together, changing positions to try to help everybody catch the main group. There was quite a bit back and forth in the group. Sometimes I would pull, sometimes I would be behind. It seemed we were all working really well together. I think I used my power up a little earlier than I wanted to. I was hoping to hold off on using so many watts. But now I was consistently past 20 minutes and holding 180 watts, which is the highest I've ever held. I was getting to the point now where I was really starting to struggle staying with this group. I thought maybe if I jumped ahead and got myself a little bit of space, it would help. But I felt like it just burnt my legs out faster. Cooper was starting to pull away from the group here. I thought maybe that I could keep up with him and push the pace a little bit harder, but he just kept pulling away little by little. The group was finally able to catch back up and consolidate with each other. I finally got to the point where I couldn't hang on to the group any longer. Coming up on this short hill is where they really started to pull away from me. I was saving my power up for this last hill coming up in a few miles. It's the steeper of the two. They finally pulled completely away from me. I couldn't even see them in front of me anymore. I could only see them on the map. Once again, I was by myself, doing the best I could to keep my watts and my heart rate in check. Finally came upon the last real hill of the entire race. I was waiting for the right time to use my power up, and I finally started catching people. I was hoping to use my power up to make it to the complete top of the hill, but I used it a little too early and ran out on the steepest part. We're down to the last 4 miles of the race. I'm holding pretty steady in 18th place, but I was really hoping to finish better than that. Had a pretty decent downhill, so decided to coast a little and try to rest my legs some. But didn't last very long. I was hoping to carry this speed through the remaining of the race. It would make the last 2.5 miles very quick. Still nobody in sight. I had lost the people that were following me and still couldn't see anybody ahead of me. Coming up on the last 1.5 miles, had a pretty decent hill that I wasn't expecting. Last mile left, I was telling myself to push, just try to catch one more person. I was going to try and save my power up to the final end, hoping that there would be somebody ahead of me and I could sprint past them. After seeing nobody close at about 800 meters, I decided to use my last featherweight power up and push through to the very end. It was a great race, finished well, ultimately happy with my performance. If you're interested in triathlons, please subscribe.